It's a shotgun condenser. Polar pattern, supercardioid. Frequency response 20 Hz to 20 kHz. Max SPL 131 decibels. Output impedance 250 ohms. Signal to noise ratio 76 dB. A-weighted. Self noise 18 decibels. A-weighted. Okay. Signal to noise ratio. Okay, I already said that. Low cut filter at 80 Hz. Phantom power. Battery powered. I don't know how that works. Connector. XLR. Length 10.94 inches. Weight 0.36 pounds. Included accessories if you're buying it on Sweetwater, Zounds, or Amazon, or some other cool place online. You get the stand mount, the windscreen, and you get the carry bag. Let her rip. Welcome to Mint Green Audio. My name is Todd. Thank you so much for joining me. I do appreciate it. Today, we're checking out how this guy sounds on voiceover. Specifically, I know a lot of people obviously use it as an on-camera microphone because that's what it's designed for. But I know a lot of voiceover people like to use these guys. So that's what I'm using right now in this video. Thank you so much for watching. I don't ever remember what I say on these videos, so I'll tend to repeat myself a little bit. We already covered the tech specs right away, and now you're just kind of hearing my voice and how this thing sounds. It sounds pretty good. I do not have a Sennheiser MKH416 to compare it to, but I just wanted to give it a good little run here just to say, hey, what does this thing sound like with voiceover? Well, here you go. How am I liking it with voiceover? I'm liking it. It's going well. I've been using this for my voiceover work for the past 4 days. Yeah, it's not bad. Let's get into some things here. I found this guy on eBay for a pretty good deal, so I went ahead and pulled the trigger. And normally you'll get this thing retail for $269. And, that's not a bad deal in my opinion for how this thing sounds. It's a little sibilant because my voice is just horrible. I need to learn how to pronounce S's differently. The noise floor, 18. It's kind of high. Plus, you got to crank this thing for gain. So, but at the same time, when I go into, edit my voiceovers, it hasn't been too bad. It's done pretty well, and I'm not noticing any more evident noise floor than the average microphone that I'm using, which is nice. So if you're worried about the noise floor for voiceover applications, yeah, it's 18. That's a little higher than average, but it's not bad. Let's test out the proximity effect here. Right now, you put me about 6 to 7 inches away. This is where I usually use it with a pop filter about halfway through. So let's move back a little bit. I've got the gain set at 2 o'clock. Normally on my microphones here on the Mo2 M2 are sitting between 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock. So I do have to give this thing a little more gain than I'm used to, which makes me kind of wonder about on-camera applications being further away from the mic. Like how much gain are you going to have to feed this thing? Am I getting off topic? Maybe. What was I going to say? I was going to talk about, let's proximity effect. So now I'm, probably about, we're coming up on about 10 inches away or so. You go out back a foot plus, you kind of lose it a little bit. Let's crank the gain up and get a little further away. We're cranking the gain over to 3 o'clock. Now you can hear me at 3 o'clock on the gain, and, you can hear the noise floor now. You can hear my computer fan, which is on the other side of my blanket here. Okay, we're back at the normal level that I usually have it at, and we're going to get in there on it. This is the proximity effect. This is how it sounds when I am 2.5 inches off of the microphone. Plosives. How about plosives? Well, it's a little sensitive even with the pop filter every now and then, but I find the pop filter works okay. I know sometimes you'll find people wanting like a mini pop filter, but I figure I just got this other boom arm here and I just kind of like put it next to me. So there's my other microphone. I don't know how this is going right now, but I just connected that to the boom arm and I position it so that it covers me on the shotgun. So, plosives. Peter penetrated the paint and put the Pelicans in prime position to prosper. When I touch the plosives, I like go even harder on the P's than normal. For being a voiceover person, I really have a sibilant, poppy voice. I don't know why people hire me. Disengage pop filter. I'm going to speak kind of away from it like I usually do and see if it catches my Peter penetrated the paint and put the Pelicans in prime position to prosper. So we did pop a little bit there, and now when I come straight up on it, Peter penetrated the paint and put the Pelicans in prime position to prosper. So yeah, Peter penetrated the paint and put the Pelicans in prime position to prosper. So now you can see I'm talking down. I'm aiming my voice like this way. And I think that's interesting. Not speaking straight into it, but I'm trying to kind of engage that proximity and just talk close enough to it to where we're going to get like a really nice and full sound. And see what that talk looks like. Peter penetrated the paint and put the Pelicans in prime position to prosper. I assume we're talking about basketball. That's not bad. I kind of like getting closer to it, but whatever. We've got a switch on here. I believe it was an 80 hertz cut. The proper way to engage that filter is always a pen. Remember that. Okay, now we got that. I'm kidding. It's probably not the right way to do it. So yeah, now we've got it engaged and we've got that filter. We're going to have we got the low cut 80 hertz going right now, which, yeah, it's kind of giving me a nice crisp sound. Popping it, you know. Maybe it doesn't pick up my plosives as much. Maybe not. Let's go back to the normal mode after we've engaged that 80 dB cut, or 80 hertz. Okay, now we're back. You can hear a little more fuller sound in the low end. Let's compare this to another microphone, if I can find one. Oh yeah, there's one right here. So here is how this guy sounds with the gain at 130. I said 2 o'clock earlier. Now I think it's about 1:30. I have trouble reading analog clocks sometimes. Now we've got the SE, Electronics X1S. And this is how it sounds compared to the Rode NTG2. Today's been a good day so far. The gain on this X1S is noon. Back to the Rode NTG2. This morning for breakfast, I had a sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich. That's what I have most mornings. This is the Neat King B. It's a microphone that I'm comparing it to the Rode NTG2. I don't think these microphones are similar in many or any ways, but these are the microphones that I have. Tomorrow, I'll probably have a sausage, egg, and cheese, and this gain is set at noon. Back on the Rode NTG2, let me know down in the comments so far what you think of the Rode. Like, do you think it's the best of all the mics? We're going to look at the Kam C3 for the hell of it as well. This is the Kam C3. The gain is still at noon. My levels are peaking at, a reasonable amount. Hey, Kam C3. Check out my review of the Kam C3 testing that I've done on a different video. That should do it. I'd say that should do it. I'm going to produce something real quick and put this thing in the mix so you can really see how it performs on voiceover. Like I usually say on my videos, you don't always hear it on these tests in the mix. So I'm going to put some post-production on there. I'm going to put some compression. I'm going to normalize it to -3 decibels and just really see how it performs in the mix. Here it goes. Let her rip. Meet Todd, a 30-something-year-old voiceover talent who makes a living from home. Since he doesn't often leave his home, sometimes he forgets to shower, and all that unbathed VO work gives him BO. Hi, I'm Todd, and I'm just here to say that just because I've been home doing voiceover all the time and not really leaving the house, that doesn't mean that I shouldn't shower, you know? My fiance, let me tell you, she is not impressed at all. So once I discovered soap and water, she really started to be much more receptive to being in my presence and stuff like that. Honestly, I don't know where I'd be in my life and relationship if it weren't for soap, man. Soap, buy some today. And sometimes I test it in the music mix, but I'm not going to do that today. Nobody's going to use this for music, right? Maybe they will. I don't know. Maybe you should. Write me a song. Hey, thanks a bunch for watching this video. I do appreciate it. Hopefully this was helpful in some way. If you're thinking about a shotgun mic for voiceover, this is the first shotgun mic I've had, so I think it's pretty... I like it. I thought it would be more sensitive, and I wouldn't have to feed as much gain, so that's kind of disappointing, but other than that, I don't really have too many complaints about how it sounds. It's been sounding pretty good on most of my mixes, in my opinion. Maybe you think not, but that's why I'm kind of letting you be the judge, because you're pretty smart. Like I said, yeah, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. It'll help my channel grow, and I'll make more videos for you. And if you think this video was not good, just let me know down in the comments, and let me know what I missed, and I'll be happy to incorporate that into my future productions. This has been a demonstration of the Rode NTG2. Thank you so much again for watching, and I will see you on the next edition of Mint Green Audio. Take care.